So it's my pleasure to introduce Craig Weigel, who is the current principal of the East Grand Rapids High School. We'll be introducing Mr. Bruce Towne.
My 45th birthday today. This is the first year that I had to wear the reader, so new experience for me. James, thank you for that rendition. Homecoming week is this week, and it's been a wonderful week. We've got a big day tomorrow with homecoming assembly, homecoming parade, homecoming football game, and then Saturday we're having homecoming dance for the first time on Memorial Field. And tradition is that the last song that we play at homecoming dance in honor of Kabuki is Piano Man, which is a great way to end this song. It's also a happy way for all the teachers and administrators at the end of that dance when that song finishes us. That week is behind us and we get back to school as we typically do. Today, Commander Kristoff spoke to our students, and sir, it was an honor to have you present what your service meant to you and what national service means. Our students resonated with that. So thank you for gracing our halls today, and thank you for your service and sacrifice. So, on behalf of the East Grand Rapids Schools Foundation, it's my distinct pleasure to take this opportunity to recognize one and only Mr. Bruce Towne, affectionately known in the EGR community as Mr. Bruce. Bruce, your time and impact you've had at East Grand Rapids Public Schools is immensely hard to put into a few words. Maybe said I only had 4 minutes, so however, I do my best to attempt to convey what you've meant to the staff and students and the community of East Grand Rapids. Bruce Towne served East Grand Rapids Public Schools for 23 years, 15 of those years at the high school. And during his illustrious tenure at East, Bruce served in a variety of roles, most recently as custodial supervisor for the district, while still spending his days with the staff and students at EGRHS. Creating a positive culture, whether it be in a corporation or in a school, is paramount to the overall success of any organization. It's particularly important at the high school level. Community and culture is everything. And Bruce was a significant contributor to the positive culture at East Grand Rapids High School when he was there. The simple truth is that Bruce cares, and it shows in significant ways. Bruce has an innate ability to recall almost every student's name. Over 15 years, he's built relationships with thousands of students. Not only did he know their names, he also knew something about each one of them, what they were participating in, how they did the game the night before, the play, what they were interested in, and what team they rooted for. He sought out and made meaningful connections with students every single school day. Bruce loves East students. He loved getting to know them, cheering for them, recognizing them, and supporting them. Our students recognized his important role in our school community. They trusted him as a person and valued their interactions each and every day they had with him. I've learned what hard work truly looked like when I got to see Bruce in action. Bruce is one of the hardest working people that I have met. He takes pride in everything he does. He seeks out feedback. He follows through with each and every task. Our students noted his strong work ethic and respected him immensely for it. And by extension, our students exhibited such class in taking care of our school facilities because they had so much respect for you. His motor never stopped. There was no job too big. There was no job too big or too small. I can remember hours that you spent studying graduation, and then watching graduation take place, and there's this figure on top of the roof watching from a distance. Bruce Towne, watching everything unfold from up top of the high school. I also remember, Bruce, you and I having some early morning workouts. Early for me. I mean, 5:30 is early for me. Bruce, though, gets there a little earlier. And so I always ask Bruce, how many steps you had in? Because right now I get like 25. And by that time in the morning, he had well over 10,000 steps already. He cares so much about what he did. And his motor kept going. Bruce greeted and welcomed everyone who entered the building. It was one of my most favorite things. I would usually stand out by the senior entrance and I'd greet students coming in. He'd sometimes come out next to me. He, as I said before, would know every single student's name. The power of that is amazing. His smile will light up the hallways. His high five left students and staff fingers tingling as they passed him. His greetings were genuine. You could feel his warmth and his care and his vice grip handshakes and his chiropractic adjusted worthy bear hugs. His wife, as you crack your backs. And Carpet had an adjustment earlier this week, so there you go. In every interaction with Bruce, you felt like you were the most important person to him. You felt valued, heard, and respected at the end of every conversation. Bruce brought out the best, brings out the best in everyone. It's nearly impossible not to smile, laugh, feel better about yourself because you just had a conversation with Bruce. Bruce loves to bake. His banana cake is out of this world. He would often bring a cake just because he wanted to spread some kindness and calories. But his banana cake was first class, just like Bruce. I really miss him that. Bruce has a wicked sense of humor. Every Monday morning, the high school administration team and other key members of our team meet to discuss the calendar, upcoming events, building needs, etc. As many of you know, Bruce is larger than life in most settings. And in these meetings, he was no different. He had us all laughing every single time we met. He brought such joy to that Monday meeting and such energy when he busted into the room. Always working on something and always coming in a few minutes late, always apologizing for the next 5 minutes and telling us a story about the weekend, and it goes on and on. Bruce also had a nickname, or has a name, for just about every staff member in high school. And they were usually spot on. As an example, if you know Mrs. Weigel, then you know that a megaphone fits her like a glove. I wish you could say that. She doesn't really need a microphone. Okay, forget it. Speech. Bruce is kind. This is going to be hard for me, so hang on. He has taught so many people the importance and the impact of being kind. He's delivered a master's class of content in the subject matter. I can think of no other person who embodies the ideals of Jimmy Gergen more than Bruce. He's inclusive, passionate, respectful, warm, and humble. I'm not voting Finland this way. A few years ago during Kabuki Week, the students purchased and wore Bruce's iconic blue t-shirt that said Bruce on the side in a tribute to him, and they still wear it to this day. Bruce's contributions to East Grand Rapids High School created a unique and wonderful foundation of kindness, respect, and compassion that persists to this day. Our way of being emulates who Bruce is and what he brought to EGRHS for over 15 years. We are forever grateful to have had the opportunity to work with Bruce and to build a long-lasting relationship that will continue to harness and foster the culture of kindness in our school. Thank you, Bruce, for who you are and for all that you've done. Congratulations.